Howdy, howdy, everybody. We're back for the start of 5 consecutive days this week, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Remodelers Show after taking last week off. Had a lovely time up in northern Michigan celebrating our 15-year anniversary. And I'm happy to be back. I'm ready to rock. Second half of the year starts officially now. And it is 12:02. So let's get started with a new segment from the inbox. From the inbox. I had 2 people. By the way, my email address is kyle@remodelyour.marketing.com. You can email me at any time. I had 2 people email me, and it had a little bit of a theme, so I wanted to share these 2 examples. They're both related to follow-up. This was from Jason with Liliendahl Brothers. If I'll give you $10 if you can spell Liliendahl without looking it up. They're out in Connecticut. And Jason sent me a note, and he said, "Thought of you when I sent this out. Hope all is well, Kyle." And the reason he sent it to me is because Jason, back on June 29th at 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, sent this. He said, "Hi, Kelly and Brian. I hope you are all doing well and enjoying your newly remodeled basement. I just wanted to reach out and see how things are going. If there are any areas to repair, tweak, or any future remodeling, please feel free to reach out. Take care, Jason." So proactive follow-up to previous clients. He sent that note out. He got a lovely response the next day. "We are doing well, just waiting for baby number 3 any day now." Let's pause there. So this is a remodeler who's reaching back out to a previous client. Your previous clients are your most valuable marketing asset. You need to be, if nothing else, when it comes to your marketing, you need to be active with staying in touch with your previous clients. There's a lot of different ways to do that. You've got a one-to-many approach like remodelersautopilot.com, where you're sending an email out to your full list. You also have the one-to-one approach, which is what I'm reading from Jason here, where he just sent an individual email to a previous client. But that first sentence where it says, "just waiting for baby number 3 any day now." We need to be more attuned to paying attention to when our clients' birthdays are, when big events are coming up. Maybe you hear about an anniversary. My anniversary is on June 11th. So maybe you make a note of that and you send me a card next year because I'm a previous client of yours. What an impressive touch. A little thing that could go a long ways. So when I see baby number 3, you know what? I might pay attention to that, and I might send them something, when the baby comes. Ben Templeton, a longtime client, he sent this really cute baby rocking chair a few years ago to one of their clients that I just remember. So make note of that. When you hear things, pay attention to that. I've been doing a better job of making note of when my clients' birthdays are. I sent a note out to Laurel with Nelson Builders. I sent a note out to Chris Moore today because I noticed that both of them had birthdays today. Laurel's probably 39 today. Isn't that how all ladies are? They're 29 for a while. And then when 29 seems kind of silly, then we change it to 39. Is that how it works? You can leave a comment in there. Okay. So the nuts and bolts also that Kelly responded to here is that, we also have a deck project we've been thinking about. So that follow-up, not only was it good and smart, but it also led to an opportunity. And then Andrew Webster with Soapstone out in beautiful Iowa, he said, "Sir," he's calling me sir for some reason, "Sir, I may have doubted in the past, but no more. This response is to an automated follow-up email that we set up. We did some one-on-one coaching. And he uses Job Nimbus, which is a CRM program. And in Andrew's case, he sent out this email that automatically went out 6 months after the project was completed. It's just a little 6-month email that says, "Hey, can you believe it's been 6 months since we completed your project? We just wanted to check in, see if you had any care or maintenance questions. Thank you so much for your business. We really appreciate it. Have a great day." And that got a response back from this client. And this client said, "We have a project coming up in August. We'll be in touch soon." Again, following up, staying in touch. And in both of these cases, it led to other opportunities. So that is the segment from the inbox, 2 examples of the power of following up. And you got some additional maybe ideas there of Pay super close attention when you hear clients who have birthdays and anniversaries, a baby that's about to be born, and be weird, be different, recognize that, reach out to them, be creative in how you do that. It goes a long ways. The audience loved that idea. Next up here is from a coaching call. This is a recurring topic here. Now, I did do a little bit of work last Tuesday afternoon. I took the whole week off, but last Tuesday afternoon I had a couple calls. And this actually, I think, came from a meeting the previous Friday. And I don't know what this looks like or how it's going to work, but one of my Remodeler Circle Mastermind group guys, Colin Heron, said, "Hey guys, I'm doing this. Just want to let you guys know I'm getting this scaffold trailer built. You know, I'm so sick. We load it up, we unload it. It just takes a lot of time, and we're going to get this trailer built. It's going to have a little cover over it. When we need scaffolding, we're just going to back the truck up, grab it, and go. It's going to be so much quicker, easier, more efficient, more productive." And the next thing he said was, you know, we just have to continue to find ways to be more efficient. And this is one of the ways that over time, this is going to pay itself back in no time in saved hassle and efficiency. Another guy, Bill Tanas, he immediately goes, "Hey, send me the plans on that. Or if you're getting somebody to build that for you, I want one too," just immediately, because Bill knew that would save us time too. That's smart. That makes sense. So that's from a coaching call. And I'm not an expert at Scaffold Trailers, but how do we continue to innovate or set ourselves up out in the field so that we're more efficient and productive? Ask your team about that. Get insight from them. What can we do to save time, to save hassle, to be more efficient, to be more productive? With labor shortages, with the need to be smarter and save dollars and save time, there's a lot of ways to do that. And that should be just kind of a recurring theme in each of your remodeling businesses. How do we continue to be more efficient, productive, and profitable as a result with our production? So I wanted to share that example with you as well. All right, cruising right along. Let me do a quick comment check. In it to win it. Welcome back, Kyle. Okay, thank you. We're gonna keep cruising. This is a, hang on, I gotta get a chime going. Just to make a proper segue there. This is just know your numbers. And just a little bit of a smorgasbord for you here. We are officially halfway through the year. January through June, put a bow on it. Now we're getting into that second half of the year, July through December. And what a first half of the year it was. A crazy first half of the year. A couple things that come to my mind and a couple ways that I'm kind of leaning and pushing my clients as we enter this halfway mark. It is a very good time to do a little bit of a broad overview of your financial picture of things. Once you get in some of these early July invoices and charges and everything, let's do a good solid review of January through June profit and loss statement. Oh, you're way behind on that? Are you? If you are, let's figure out a way to button that up. Get caught up. There's a lot of different ways that you can have bookkeepers and people to help you with inputting things in QuickBooks. We need our QuickBooks up to date. It's very important. Do a nice review of your profit and loss statement. Is there any job costing that you need to catch up with or just spend time reviewing? Now's a good time to evaluate that. As you look at both of those things, your markup and what you're charging can float up to the top, and do a good evaluation of that. If you're like a lot of remodelers out there where demand is very, very high, let's continue to knock up that price. Continue to knock up the pricing. You need to charge more in order to be profitable and continue to invest and grow into your business. Grow your business. Look at the overall just debt side of things. What's the next thing you're going to tackle there? Have singular focus on one. Don't try to pay off 6 things at once. Do minimums on things and really kill one of them. Look at the first 6 months. How'd you do as far as savings or retirement contributions? Just do a good review of, okay, at the start of the year, here were some of my goals. We're halfway through. And then let that be. Don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself a lot of grace. We just went through 6 months of the craziest 6 months in business in a very, very long time, if not in any of our careers. And now's the time just to look at, okay, what are my goals for the rest of this year? Don't don't kick yourself if you didn't hit things just the way you wanted the first half of the year. What are your goals the second half of the year? And it's a great time to just take a deep breath, reset a little bit, and review those goals. Okay? All right. Woo. Everybody's happy that I'm back and clapping and wonderful. This next little section of the show, as we get back into the Remodeler show, is called Swag of the Day. I grabbed this mug earlier today. This is from Anthony Slayball Remodeling and Design, craftsman with integrity. AnthonySlayballRemodeling.com. It's just a lovely mug that Anthony mailed to me a while back, and I was sipping some water actually out of it because I've got the Yeti to keep my coffee hot. But that's just the swag of the day. It's a very selfish segment of the Remodeler show where it basically says, I love getting stuff in the mail. If you go to remodelyourmarketing.com, you'll find my address. And it'd be fun if you send me I wear size large shirts. You know that I love wearing hats. I'd love to get your swag. And if you send it to me, I bet you might be featured on the Swag of the Day section of the Remodeler show. Wonderful. All right. It looks like the comments are a little quiet today. People might be busy. It's Monday. We might have forgotten that the Remodeler show was back. I did feel some love last week of several people on the Remodelers community Facebook group saying, hey, Kyle, we miss you in the show, which gives me encouragement to keep going with it and be consistent with it. Does anybody have any questions? Please type those into the old comment box, and I'll answer your questions live on the show. All right. It's time for the next section of things, folks. The next section actually has an audio. And it goes like this.
It's time for today's Marketing Minute.
All right. So Marketing Minute, I am going to share a screen here through this here program. And we're going to click screen share, and we're going to select screen 1. And there we go. So this is the Marketing Minute. And what I wanted to look at with you guys today, this is Brian Sebring's website, Sebring Design Build in the Chicagoland area. I think the first intro that I played on the Remodeler show last month was from none other than Brian Sebring. What I wanted to show you was this how much section of things. If you go to a site, you'll see kind of a pricing overview. You'll see a kitchen budget, basement budget, bathroom. I clicked on the kitchen remodel. And on his site, he's got large kitchen, medium kitchen, small kitchen. And as you scroll down, you get a little bit of a breakdown. This is for a large kitchen. We have basic, mid, and upper levels. And there's descriptions underneath each to kind of give you a feel for that. Has different price points, 65K plus, 75K plus. It's got a little button here, a little icon here that says typically most projects land between mid and upper levels. And if I'm a homeowner thinking about a kitchen remodel, this is a way for me to be educated on it, to have maybe some of my thoughts on what it was going to cost adjusted in my head a little bit. What's included, what's not included. And then we have medium-sized, we have small-sized. The reason I wanted to share this during the Marketing Minute is this is something that a lot of my clients have implemented onto their website. It is something that qualifies prospects that aren't ideal for you out. It's something that starts the conversation and educates people on what the true costs and investment of different projects is going to be. I see oftentimes when people go to the contact page and they fill in the field that says estimated project budget, I'll see things like, well, based on your how much page, it looks like we're kind of a medium kitchen, mid-size kitchen. What a wonderful lead in to the initial conversation you have with that prospect. They've studied your website. I have a lot of clients who send people to this page of saying, okay, you've been to our website. Have you been to the how much page? Pull that up, take a look at that, and then let's talk further. So there's just a lot of qualifying and helpful ways that this gets the conversation of budget and investment out, open, and on the table. Good marketing attracts ideal clients and it repels non-ideal clients. If I am a non-ideal client who's looking for that $30,000 full kitchen gut, when I see this, I'm going to realize that Sebring is not for me. When I'm somebody that is looking for that higher end remodel, and this does not surprise me, and this is kind of what I was thinking, it's going to attract and it's going to really set Brian and his team up for that conversation. So that is an example, a little marketing minute related to the how much page on your website. If you have any questions about that, feel free to ask, or if you want any links to it. Cool. All right, nice website and pricing guide. Cool. And I have to pull up Facebook. I think that might be on the StreamYard. It doesn't tell me there. Okay, Michael. Yeah. Michael, thank you for the compliment on the hat. Back to this. There we go. Cool hat. Yes, this is a little souvenir that I got. It says Crystal Mountain. It was probably like 4 years ago. We were on a trip to Northern Michigan because there ain't no better place to go in the country, there I said it, than Northern Michigan in the summertime. And we found our ways into the Sleeping Bear Dunes, which is just a beautiful on Lake Michigan, cool dunes where we took the kids to. And we happened to be staying at a friend's cottage further north. And we said, you know what, instead of driving all the way back there, why don't we look and see if there's a place where we can stay tonight? And we ended up at Crystal Mountain, which is a golf and ski resort place. And it was one of those magical days. Temperature was perfect. It wasn't too busy. The kids were perfectly behaved. It was just amazing. And then we stayed there, I think, for 2 nights. And then we said, oh, we should go back there. So we went back last year and spent a week there. And it was just as magical. And then we just went back for our anniversary. So that's the souvenir, the Crystal Mountain. Nice website and pricing guide. Yes, if you're looking for a good, wonderful website to study, to brainstorm different ideas of new pages that you could add to your website, sebringdesignbuild.com is a great place to go. I'm looking at it over on that website. Another thing to just, I'll add to the marketing minute, since nobody's asking any questions, and I got a little time to just fill. Having a team page on your website is a very valuable page to add. Marketing is getting someone who has a need to know, like, and trust you. Know, like, and trust you. There's some remodeler websites I go to, and I'll go to the About Us page, and it's just, I could replace the name of the business with another business, and it would be identical, because there's nothing personal. There's no history. There's no story. There's no personality to it, or the personalities that are part of your team. When you go to a website and you list out your team, you have nice headshots of each of your team members. Yes, even the guys and gals in the field. When you have them just fill out a little bit of kind of their likes, their dislikes, what they love about working at the business, hobbies, etc. It just warms people up to, man, this is just a good team, good quality people. I like these people. And it helps build that know, like, and trust. So that's something, if you don't have that on your website, that would be another page to consider adding. Excellent. All right, we are going to keep on rolling with the Remodeler Show. So that was the marketing minute. We're going to go back to here. We're going to go down here, and we're going to play this.
It's time for a reminder to help you improve your sales process.
This is a reminder, and it's something I've shared before, and it simply says this. If you're not already doing it, start charging for design and project development. It is a valuable service you're offering. But Kyle, nobody does it in my area. Good. That means it's going to differentiate you. But Kyle, I've tried it before. Yes, you tried it once or twice. It didn't work out perfectly, and then you threw it out, out the door and aren't trying it again. Design and project development takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. When you're able to charge for that service, you enter just a new level of being able to control your time, to protect your time, to spend more time with ideal clients. One of the things that I've been talking about a lot lately is you need to push the distance between what a free estimate and a ballpark range is, free estimate ballpark range, and what a detailed proposal and specifications are. Those are two totally separate things. Even my remodelers who charge for design and project development, they offer free estimates. Well, based on what you're describing to me, based on what I'm seeing here, based on our conversation, that project's going to range anywhere from $150,000 to $120,000. ballpark range, maybe even bigger than that, depending on it. But detailed specifications and more of a guaranteed budget and design, we charge for that service. Stretch the difference between those two out. It makes a huge, huge difference. So that was your sales process moment of the Remodelers show. All right, rock and roll. We're to the point in the show where I have a how I can help. How I can help. One of my favorite things to do outside of, there used to be things like where we'd travel and like we'd go to like conferences and stuff, and people would come to it, and I'd be up front and talk to people. It doesn't really happen very much anymore in the COVID era, but I love speaking in front of groups. The next thing I love doing is having a one-on-one phone call with a remodeler who have never really spoken to before. Maybe it's been following the Remodeler show, following the podcast, following my work for a while, and is reaching out, not sure exactly how I can help them. No, I do marketing, yeah, and I help with the sales process and financials, but just wants to have a conversation. So the how I can help here is just offering a strategy session that is free of charge. If you go to remodelyourmarketing.com and you click on Get Started, you'll see where you can request a strategy session. And we'll set up a time. We'll probably do a quick Zoom call. It'll probably be, I used to call them 29-minute meetings. You can do a 29-minute strategy session. And people would be like, why 29 minutes? Well, because it forced you to say why 29 minutes. And it lets you know that it's going to be about a half-hour call, and we're going to keep it tight, and we're going to dig into your business, learn about your business. Let me give you some advice. And it usually lasts more than 30 minutes because I get excited and I start giving advice and ideas, and I really want to dig in. But that is something in the how I can help section of things. So feel free to take me up on that if you'd like. Oh, that was very nice. That will be lovely. I don't want to say that like that call will transform your life and business, but it's so helpful sometimes to get some outside perspective. Sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. How's that phrase go? But when you're in the middle of it, you just can't see the next move to make. You can't see kind of some of your blind spots. And having somebody that's got the expertise of working, in this industry with just kitchen bath remodelers and folks that do remodeling gives me some insight where I'm able to help point you in the right direction, even if we don't do any coaching or anything else together. So please take me up on that. Let's see what we got in the old comments. We got some awesome advice. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Jim says, in it to win it. What was that related to, Jim? Was that related to the second half of the year and getting fired up for that? I'm not sure. All right. So we've got, I like this time. So let me see what questions you have. Let me throw a couple other things to you. Down at the bottom there, you're going to see a little thing that says, hang on, let me get rid of Jim's comment there. That says text join to 516-219-9736. If you want to get a text message from me every week or so, feel free to join that group. And then what else do I have? I did have this one, just an outside of work category. I was thinking about this morning. One of the things that my wife and I did last week was kind of set 1 year and 3 year goals of just like, okay, here we are. This is night. We had a week off, no kids. Let's kind of just cast a little bit of a vision of where we want to go in the next year. And we wrote down some different things. And then kind of looking out 3 years. That's something, even that idea of just reviewing things, reviewing your goals, where you want to go. Certainly if, with your spouse, significant other is a wonderful thing to do, or is your family to do that. So that would be an outside of work item. I'm continually perplexed at how just a little bit of focused time with each of your kids goes such a long, long ways. I think sometimes it can be exhausting to think, oh, I got business, I got this, I've got that. So many demands and pulls of our time. And to realize that 3 minutes of focused time with one of your kids where you are fully present, where you're asking about what's going on, just goes such a long ways. Yes, of course, sometimes an hour and a half of playing or of talking is also wonderful. But sometimes we underappreciate just how focus 3 minutes, 5 minutes goes. So that's another outside of work reminder for me and for you. I had this pulled up from an episode previously that just said, raise your stinking markup 1% today. Still not a bad idea, folks. Jim updated, yes, halftime is over. Third quarter hungry. Got some football. Jim, do you think they're going to play NFL football this fall? College football this fall? We'll see. But yeah, halftime is over. And I think it's just really important, especially this year, not to dwell and to just stay focused on that first 6 months. Oh, I thought we were going to be here. I thought I was going to have this in place. It was a crazy 6 months. Yes, it's the third quarter. Let's get focused on what that looks like. Also, just even that thought, earlier I said, cast a little bit of a goal for the rest of the year. There is nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm going to focus on, here's my goal for the next quarter, or even here's my goal for the month of July. The tighter we break that down, the more specific we get, the more measurable we get with those goals, the better. Cool. So it's the 2-minute warning. It is the 2-minute warning, which means I should play the little thing that says this.
It's the 2-minute warning.
Seems appropriate for the 2-minute warning. What did we learn today? What did we learn today on the Remodelers show? It's good to be back in the saddle of it. One thing I would love for you guys to share and hear is please reach out and just give me some feedback on the format and what you like. Got some feedback from somebody that would love to see some guests on the Remodelers show. So I think I'm going to make that happen with some trusted colleagues of mine or some other remodelers who I can bring on. So that will be something that we'll work on in the coming weeks. But what did you learn today? When I look at the old list of what we covered today, the value of follow-up, to realize staying in touch with our previous clients is incredibly valuable. And think about it from a one-to-many. There's ways that we reach out to our full previous client list, and then there's one-to-one. How do we individually follow up with clients and previous clients? So I shared right at the top there 2 examples of that working from Jason and from Andrew. Cool. That'd be my biggest takeaway, is to continue to put value there. And that might be it, folks. I think we're going to call it a show. Hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Ooh, we got a comment. Guess is a good idea. What about some trivia question type thing? What would be trivia question type thing? What would I do for that? How would that work, Michael? Type that in there. I'll go back and look at your comments. If you're listening to this after it went live, which the majority of you do, please add your comments in as you're listening. They do pop back up for me and I'm able to see them. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you heard something today that you thought was good, you should implement it. Work towards implementing it later.